Hey, Leo, and welcome to your 12 house spread for the second half of November. Let's jump in your first house, which is your identity and everything that makes you you. Oh my God, you have the Empress. I could barely even say it. I'm so overjoyed for you, Leo. So, the Empress is all about abundance, easy abundance. All she has to do is wave that scepter and her wheat grows. She's an earth mother. She's grounded. She's full of love, full of abundance, full of ease. So your identity is now being infused with this idea of abundance. So what an exciting time, Leo. What's our clarifier?
Clarifier is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is a card that comes up when through all this abundance with the Empress in that first house, you're feeling this is great. There's that sneaking thought that is saying, but do I really deserve this? And the answer is yes, always, because you've worked so hard for it. It's a bit of imposter syndrome coming up, and it's just reminding you that sometimes that's there. It's there to be challenged. So let's see how the rest of the reading tells you how you are able to do that.
Mm, lovely. In your second house of abundance, how you create your abundance, everything you're resourced with, your gifts, talents, skills, and abilities that bring about your abundance and financial security, you have the Hermit. So, what this placement is asking of you, Leo, is to take some time out, reflect, really get in touch with yourself so you can bring through everything that you need to bring through, all of your talents, skills, gifts, and abilities that bring about your abundance. I'm feeling you just need like a little bit of time of rest and contemplation. What's our clarifier say?
Clarifier is saying Hierophant. So rest in the second house with what will bring you abundance. And the Hierophant is also saying that when you do achieve that rest that you're needing, a blessing will come down from above. It sounds like you'll be just getting smacked with insight, like, wow, this is exactly what I need for my job. I need to take these steps. So it's seeming really important to, yeah, have that time for yourself and maybe looking to institutions like could be the workplace or systems around you that may provide that structure and that's the benefit of the Hierophant. Ultimately, it's that you're gaining some structure and clarity around your process.
Mm. In your third house, you have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man has been showing up a heck of a lot in our readings. So the Hanged Man has put himself in a state of suspension so he can gain enlightenment. So this showing up in your third house of your thinking, your communication. It suggests again this need to maybe take a little bit of time, a little bit of a pause before you think, before you speak. Yeah, I'm just feeling you need a little bit of a rest at this time. It doesn't have to be prolonged, but just allowing yourself to take that time and space, giving yourself permission is really strongly indicated here, Leo, and it's going to benefit you. What's our clarifier say?
Mhm. Two of Swords. So three in the third house, the Two of Swords is saying turning inward, looking for intuition, looking for insight. And that again coming through rest when you're actually feeling regulated, connected to yourself and grounded, those those realizations, those insights and important thoughts will come through. When you're too elevated and feeling like you're in hypervigilance, that's really tricky. You may come to decisions that may not actually be authentic and congruent. So yeah, finding that space to really ground yourself.
In your fourth house, Leo, oh, okay, interesting. You have the, I'm getting the giggles again. You have the Three of Pentacles. So this is a card of achievement. You've worked in such a way that it's getting recognition. It's a quality work that is above and beyond. So this landing in your fourth house of home, family, chosen family, how you feel at home in the world. I feel like you've put a lot of work into family and maybe people are like, oh, lovely family, complimenting you on that. Or if you're not in the family way, so to speak, it's how you feel at home in the world. So you've done a lot of work to feel at home in your own skin and in the world. What's that clarifier say?
Hmm. It is saying Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is all about partnership, friendships, and being in your fourth house of home and what's familiar and comforting that does make sense. I guess the Two of Cups also asks us to pay attention to how differences between ourselves and other people can actually really benefit us, and strengthen our understanding of the world and ourselves. It also speaks to connecting to the higher self overall. So even if there isn't someone that you're really connecting to, in that kind of like a soulmate kind of way, I think it's more around how are you benefiting from your relationship to yourself and just beyond this earthly realm.
And just what I got real quick, Leo, is those of you that have a family business, really good, really good. It's getting recognition, acknowledgement, and attention. Leo, in your fifth house of creative expression, creativity, all things creative, this is your house. You've got the Six of Pentacles. So, this is just saying that you know how to balance your resources. So, there's enough time for creativity and there's enough time for work. So, really good stuff, Leo.
The clarifier for that, Leo, is the Ten of Swords. So I think this is sometimes this card comes up and I just think, oh my gosh, it looks so dim and dark. But maybe on the flip side of that, it's okay that there can be something really absurdist about like the kind of wounding we've experienced in the past. And that can be sometimes the silver lining that, you know, how something in the moment when it happens is not funny, but looking back, you're just like, you can't stop cracking up about it. I feel like it's one of those things, and creative self-expression often comes so much more authentically when it's from a place of an actual crisis or something that you did really explore and experience. So yeah, I'm curious about how that can show up for you, Leo.
I also get the sense, Leo, that creativity is going to help you heal from that energy.
Yeah,
And
very
in
much.
your sixth house of work, choices, health, you have, oh, nearly knocked my pot plant over, Leo.
No.
You have, oh, the fantastic Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a doer. He's full steam ahead. He's raring to go. This showing up in your sixth house of work really suggests that you're coming into your own, and this energy, this expansive adventurous energy, is going to be met really well in the workplace. And I would say something positive will come of that, whether it be a promotion, a pay rise, branching out into your own business, but really positive. What's our clarifier say?
Hmm. In the sixth house, we have, oh, the Four of Wands. Wands. The Four of Wands. Okay. Sorry. The clarifier for the sixth house is the Four of Wands. So this is exactly what you were talking about, I think, Fran, something really positive coming through work and the decisions that you're having to make. And the Four of Wands is also a portal. It can be a threshold into a ceremony and celebration. So whatever it is that you're deciding to do, this could also be with health, getting good news with health. Yeah, and something really rewarding at work too. So just a really positive omen overall.
Feels like there's completion. Maybe a
Mm.
project is coming into completion at work. And for those of you looking for love, the Four of Wands is also marriage, if you're into that. So there could be somebody at work, just saying.
Mhm.
In your seventh
So,
house,
mm.
in your seventh house of relationship, partnership, whether it be work or love, you have, oh, wow, you've got the sun, Leo. So the sun is your card showing up in your seventh house of relationship. I just feel that this means your relationships are at the moment are really coming into their own. They're sunny, they're positive, they're expansive. It's a great period of joy and happiness for you. And I feel for some of you, there are better, higher quality relationships coming in as well that herald more of this sun energy, positive, optimistic, joyful. Really lovely, Leo.
Mm. And the clarifier for that in the seventh house is, oh, the King of Swords. So that sun placement of you, Leo, in the seventh house combined with the King of Swords, I feel like in this reading, the King of Swords is actually the great protector of the inner child that's represented in the Sun card, and that's you, Leo, too. Someone coming up who does represent that energy, really supportive. They know what they're talking about. No one messes with them, and they're there to protect you. And maybe if not another person externally, but this part in you that's really fostered and nurtured, and now you feel really safe to be vulnerable when you have to. So really good work, Leo.
I like that. And I just got really quickly, those of you looking for love, there's a really sunny kind of person coming in,
Mm.
and they can have this opposite, this kind of other side, suggested by the seriousness that Em was just describing. So they're a really nice balance, is what I get there. In your eighth house of transformation, wow, you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is a victory. So I feel like you're having something that you've been trying to change or transform. There's a victory coming in around that and a truth. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting there. What's our clarifier say?
Got the Five of Pentacles. So in the eighth house, this makes sense because often we do transform through our wounding, things that caused us a bit of grief or pain. And sometimes in this placement, I think this card can warn us of being too open, too raw with people they haven't actually earned our trust yet. And we may be very trusting initially, especially when we meet someone who we're just really excited by, maybe in the last house, in the seventh house. But it's about that, knowing when the sharing will be respected and, will be beneficial to the relationship rather than it be exploited later.
Really lovely. I love that. Okay, in our six, seven, eight, in our ninth house of transformation and expansion, you have the Nine of Swords. So this is a card of urgency. There's a rushing energy coming in. So this landing in your ninth house of higher mind, expansion, and adventure. I wonder if there's some sense of urgency around, like, I just want to expand. I just want to bust out of this little box that I've been put in, or I'm desperate to go on an adventure. Let's see what our clarifier says.
Mhm. Oh, the Emperor card. I get a really strong sense from this clarifier that is the Emperor is saying this expansion is already in place. It's happening now, even if it may not feel like it, because the Emperor is ready for battle. He's always there. And I think he's always been guiding this process from the beginning. Who is this Emperor in your life? Is it someone around you or someone you look up to, or is it someone within you that ready for battle, armored up, and very clear in his direction?
I like that. What a great balance. Wow. So, in your 10th house of career, your contribution to the world and your public facing image, you have the Seven of Swords. So, this is a card of tactics and doing something a different way. It's also about avoiding conflict and avoiding battle. So, not a bad card to have in your 10th house of career. So, I think sometimes we do have to pick our battles. If you've got a boss that's a bit of a dickhead, like, sometimes you just got to send it through to the keeper and then maybe fight those battles or go to battle about something that, carries a bit more weight. What's our clarifier say?
Mhm. Oh, King of Pentacles. So, yeah, this kind of has some boss energy going on. The King of Pentacles can be really stubborn. He's spent a lot of time cultivating whatever it is that he's set in his ways with. And at the same time, there is a lot to gain from understanding how he's worked to get to that place. So, I'm wondering if it's just saying paying attention to the people that seem to be overbearing from a distance and protecting yourself, but also learning the tricks of the trade through their strategy, through their tactics, and kind of playing it back against them.
Yeah, that's great, Em. And I just got the sense that you being strategic is going to work very well for you in your career, Leo. In your 11th house of hopes and wishes, do not be alarmed, Leo. You have the Tower. This is just change, a little bit of a change up in perhaps. You know what I get here really strongly for you, Leo? Sometimes we really think we want something and we're wishing for it and we're wishing for it and we wish for it and then we get it. And it's a bit of a disappointment. It's a bit of a letdown. And I feel like from that process, you've realized or recognized the thing that you really do want and you really are wishing for. So I feel like there may have just been a change around your wishing and your wanting, and perhaps you've tuned into more around the essence of what you desire. So perhaps, like, this is a silly example. So perhaps you wanted a red Ferrari and you got it, whatever, metaphor that, take it how it resonates. You got the wish, and then you're like, actually, really what I wanted was to feel good about myself. And what makes me feel good about myself is joining my local, I don't know, choir. I'm saying that because I just joined a choir and I love it. yeah, what's our clarifier say, Em?
Nine of Wands. So in this, I think it is definitely indicating the wish wasn't what you expected. Maybe it wasn't recent, maybe an old wish that you knew came true and was like, I knew that wasn't going to work in the first place. But the Nine of Wands is also about do I really want that thing? Do I need to add something in there to complete it? Do I need to take something away? I've got this one last wand. Like, what do I do with it? I think it's just paying attention to the fact that you've gone through a lot to get to where you are. And rather than focusing in on a very narrow thing right there, it's taking a broader perspective and appreciating where you're at because of all the hard work you've done. The wounded warrior is indicated through the bandage on his head. And so, yeah, it's kind of like a time for resting and reevaluating. And then I think a new wish will come through there that will be much more fulfilling.
Yeah, I agree, Em. I feel like there's a bigger, better wish coming in, and you're perhaps already on that path. So, really nice. In your 12th house, you have the Fool. What a beautiful placement. So, the 12th house is all about the parts of you that are hidden that want to be released out into the world. So, making the unconscious conscious. So, the Fool is a perfect card for this, the innocence, the leap of faith. So, perhaps it's about tuning into that beautiful childlike energy and bringing more of that out into the world, Leo. What's our clarifier say?
Mm. Three of Swords. So bringing that full energy into the world will be made easier once you've addressed old wounding. I think that's what this is saying in the 12th house. And that it's almost like it's so painful you almost can't bear to witness it and to remember it or to actually process it and reframe it. And if that's the case, I think it would be really important to do that with some support alongside you if you're feeling like you're needing a guiding hand around that if it's so painful. But if you're not ready for that work, it's just saying it will eventually come up when you're ready. So it's not a pressure. It's not saying you have to do this, but this is an opportunity that you can take if you like to work through that process.
Lovely. And the standout card for me in this reading, Leo, is, of course, your card, the sun, in that
Mm.
perfect placement of the seventh house. So that flavors the whole reading of brings through joy, peace, inner child, creativity, shining your light. So it flavors the whole reading as positive, and it's your card, so double confirmation. So, congratulations, Leo. Fantastic reading. Thank you for being here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.